Hello, class. This is Mrs. DeJesus. This is for your asynchronous days for the week starting Monday, August 24th, ending Friday, August 29th. Now, these will be your notes you will continue for every asynchronous day because it is critical that you start to have better stamina and comprehension skills as it relates to reading. It is important that we're going to focus on your reading comprehension during those 2 days and also your writing skills. This week, it will be your reading comprehension. Now, let's go over reading detective skills. Now, these are your notes. Please keep them to refer to throughout the year. Making inferences. Now, you are making a conclusion based on information not directly stated in the passage. Now, one thing about inferencing, it is not facts. It is beyond the text. It is your background knowledge and information suggested in the text equals inferencing. For example, the sun was shining, the birds were singing. We could see out the bus window that there wasn't a cloud in the sky. It was going to be a beautiful day, a perfect day for biking, thought Eli as his bus pulled into the school parking lot. Now, let's infer. Let's make an inference. Your background knowledge is you know school buses pull into a school parking lot. Now, the information from the text are the words that the author wrote. His bus pulled into the school parking lot. Now you're going to put both of them together. Your background knowledge, what you read from the text. The inference is Eli is a student. The only thing you don't know is he a high school student? Is he an elementary school student or middle school? You don't know that yet, but you do know by making your inference that he is a student. And when we talked about is beyond the text, when you read the example, it does not tell you if it's a school. It's your background knowledge that you put together with the text that allows you to infer that he is a student. Okay, always remember we're going to do quite a few inferencing. Now, it's important that you understand about generalization. Okay, um, you take specific information about something and apply it to all similar same things. Now remember, it's not good to do a overall generalization like saying all things are good or all things are bad. No, that's not the approach that we're looking at. Now, for example, John ate boiled broccoli. It tasted horrible. Another occasion, John ate roasted broccoli with cheese sauce. It was delicious. Now, a good generalization is broccoli cooked in different ways can either be horrible or delicious. Now, a bad generalization is broccoli is just horrible, period. Now, when we're reading and as writers, we really want to avoid just making a basic generalization, okay? So keep that in mind. Now, as a reading detective, when you are reading, you will have to become a master at figurative language. Uses words to mean something else than the dictionary, the literal meaning, okay? Now, for example, figurative language, the muscles in his arms look like bowling balls. You can visualize that if you close your eyes. Literal, he looks strong. Okay, that's kind of boring. You can't really be creative and have imagination with that. Now, throughout the 11th grade, 12th grade, and moving forward, figurative language will be the norm in your reading. Now, you guys listen to a lot of music, and all the music that you listen to is a form of poetry. And it does have metaphors and it does have various types of figurative language. Okay, so this is something you're going to be using consistently. Now, here is a anchor chart for you that you're going to be using throughout the year. Remember, you're going to keep these notes to refer to. Now, remember, figurative language creates a special effect or feelings or makes a point. Okay? Connotation. Connotation is the implied meaning of words that go beyond the literal definition, which sounds more fun, a trudge, or a stroll through the snow. Now, there are various types of figurative language. Metaphor, it compares two things. Simile, they use the word like and as. Personification is it creates human qualities in animals or objects. Like for example, you will be seeing that in various literature that we read. Imagery is critical because imagery is something that when you are reading a book, it can bring you there. You can actually close your eyes and visualize what's happening. So let's read that. It says the language that appeals to our five senses. Okay, taste, touch, smell, and hearing. Listen to this. My shoes crushed across the new frosting of snow in my yard. I could imagine, I could hear his feet making that noise on the snow. So that's a very good way to be able to have the reader really be involved in the literature. You're going to see quite a few idioms. Idioms are an expression that means something completely different from the actual words. Like go break a leg. It doesn't mean go break your leg literally. From a figurative language standpoint, it means good luck. And onomatopoeias, they're words like crack, pop, bam, to really bring excitement in the literature. Okay, so you need to really continue to look at figurative language because when you become a writer, and we will be writing narrative essays during for our memoirs, you will be using a lot of figurative language because you want as a writer to someone to read your essay and be hooked. You don't want to make it literal where it can be very informational and not fun to read. So make sure when you're writing, especially narrative essays, your personal narrative, your memoirs, things that are in the area of fiction, you really need to focus on figurative language, okay? Now, also your literary devices, okay? This is when you're writing. Techniques that writers use to create a special and pointed effect in their writing to convey information or to help readers understand their writing on a deeper level. Now, we have six here. Alliteration is a way of repeating consonant sounds. For example, four calico cats crept to the corner. You see how they're using the C. Allusion, a mention of well-known person, event. On tree spreads more seeds than Johnny Appleseeds. So our tree spreads more seeds than Johnny Appleseed. So they're making a some form of a connection, okay, to a mythology or history or some form of a story that has been passed down. Anthropomorphism. Anthropomorphism. Okay? Is giving animals human qualities. Okay? The dog sat in the chair, rested his paw on his arm, and reached out for the newspaper. Okay? So when you're writing, that is giving an animal form of human qualities. Assonance, okay? These are words have to have the same vowel sound. Dirty shirt, sound, hound, okay? Flashback, an interruption in the story that tells you about the past. And foreshadowing. Now we were able to read how the writer of the Earth on the Turtle's Back was able to foreshadow. Remember when the young girl fainted when the god came in, and then the god left two arrows on her side? One arrow was blunt, and one arrow was sharp. And that was foreshadowing, giving a hint of an event that will happen in the future. And she did have twins. And the left handed twin, was extremely, not extremely, but he was somewhat evil, and the right-handed twin was gentle and kind. Okay, so that was a form of foreshadowing. Now, these are your notes that I want you to consistently have when we're having our reading assignments or writing assignments during your student learning day. Now, all of my all of my notes and your assignments from now on will be in Google Classroom. And my Google Classroom will have for you Student Center Day, August 1st, or day 1, August 24th, and August 25th. That's for A Day and B Day. Now, you will have my mini lesson video. You will have the notes. You will have also the reading detective notes, and you will have look at a video to help you. It's from YouTube to help you really see some more visuals when it comes to literary notes. It's a really great video. I really want you to watch this. Then your reading comprehension. You have an assignment. Now your assignment will be that you're going to read the K. It is a fiction literary excerpt from a book, and this particular story is in a PDF file. Now, I'm gonna pull it up for you. First, you have your questions. I always suggest you read the questions before you read the um, the passage, because then you're able to target what you're looking for when you're reading. Okay, so this is you're going to read, and these are the questions. Now, to make it easier for you, in the Google Docs, you're going to answer the questions. So I numbered the questions as 1 through 6. So you're going to answer all your questions here, okay? And then you don't have to, you just leave it here, and I'll be able to look at how you're doing every day from your assignments. You don't have to put it now. You don't have to put it anymore into eClass, into the assignment. I'm going to keep everything in Google Classroom, okay? So that is your assignment, students, for A Day and B Day, August 24th. That's the B Day students. August 25th are the A Day students for Student Learning Day. Okay, if you have any questions, please email me, but I think this is very self-explanatory. Now, when you have to go into my Google Classroom, remember you're going through eClass to get the link into my Google Classroom. Now you have a wonderful day.